FightHype.com here with Andre Ward, Olympic gold medalist and part of the Super 6 tournament. You've already guaranteed yourself a spot in the semifinals. How are you feeling about that whole tournament?
The tournament is going good. I mean, can't complain with, as far as my first two fight results. And in the third round, I'm just looking for another great performance in my next fight.
They always seem to not give you as much credit. You've defeated fighters. They found a reason why they lost, not a reason why you won. And now with Alan Green, it was he was just lackluster and everything. How do you respond to that? Is it just your performances that are going to speak for themselves?
It's unfortunate, man, because I feel like I give a lot to the sport in terms of the way I try to carry myself. And just the example that I try to be inside the ring and outside the ring. And I feel like, to some degree I should be embraced a little bit more than I am. But, there's really nothing I can personally do about it. I'm not going to complain a lot about it in the public. I'm just going to try to keep working, man, and hopefully get my just due one of these days.
It looks like you're going to fight your teammate, your Olympic teammate, Andre Dirrell, in the next round. How do you feel about fighting someone like that you're close to outside the ring?
Yeah, it's a tough call, man. But it's a business at the same time. Dirrell knows that. I know that. So we got to do what we got to do.
You were in Reno for the Jack Johnson, Jim Jeffries celebration. What does that mean to you, and how much do you follow the history of the sport and the history of an event like that?
As much as I should, but I try to dig as far back as I can, and I didn't know everything that took place around that fight and in that fight and after that fight with Jack Johnson and Jim Jeffries. But being at that event in Reno really opened my eyes and just showed me, just what kind of pioneers that these guys were, long before I stepped in a boxing ring. So you got to respect that and honor that. It's good to have that kind of knowledge of the guys who went before you. It makes you respect the game a lot more. And just seeing their families, man, was unbelievable. The promoter, I think his name is Tex or Rex. I can't remember his last name, but his family was there. Jim Jeffries' family was there. Jack Johnson's family was there. So it was a huge event, and it was just very educational for me, and I was just happy to be a part of it.
Yeah. And a lot of times the fighters outside the ring do their business. They travel. They go around places. Nobody in their camp really cares or worries about them. You go places, and not far behind most of the time is your trainer, Virgil Hunter. It's been like a father figure to you and a trainer. What does that mean to you, having him that close to you?
I think that's a big advantage. It's one thing for you to, as a fighter, to have a trainer, that just meets you at the gym. But, I talk to Virgil about boxing and strategy and different things. We also talk about life. So it's just the chemistry there. When you're under a high pressure situation, I would rather have some guy that knows me inside and out than somebody who's known me only for the last 3 years or 4 years. So it helps. We don't have to say much to know what one another's thinking and what needs to be done. So I just think the chemistry helps us a lot, and I think it's a huge advantage.
The way you were raised by your father, how Virgil had kind of taken over, now you having your own kids, how much of an influence has that been? How big has that of an influence has that been in your own, in the way that you're a father?
Yeah, it enables me to do what I'm doing. My dad raised me, and when my dad passed, Merge took over and was that father figure. So their life is speaking through me right now. And the way I'm raising my kids and different things, obviously I'm learning as I go, but I had my foundation because I had two great men in my life. So I thank God for that. It's truly a blessing.
Your pastor back home is Napoleon Kaufman, who turned down a multi-million-dollar contract to pursue the ministry. How has he spoken to you about that? Are you looking? Do you think that we're going to see Andre Ward, and when we want to see more of him, you're going to walk away, or what is your plans with that?
Time will tell. But I don't think that it's a coincidence that man came into my life and is the example that he is to me. And it may be fitting one day to do that, because it's not just about the money. It's about me leaving a legacy, and when I feel like God is telling me to stop boxing and it's over with, to be obedient, man, and similar to the way he did it. But I got to be real sensitive about that and just know when it's time, and when it's time, man, I gotta be obedient and I gotta lead. So we'll see, man. Time will tell, but it's a lot more fighting left. So
all right, we look forward to it.
Retirement just yet.
Hey, that's fine. That's great for the fans, the people that follow you. Any closing thoughts you have to say to the fans?
Stay tuned. It's gonna get better.